Well, yes, boys. Maybe. It is certainly time to put an end to it. To play football?
Oh, absolutely. I have contemplated that idea as well. But to really understand my motives, we have to maybe go back to where we left off. My story with football started like so many others. Child with a ball between his feet and a dream in his head. Kind of like everyone else, right? Then the years in high school where I gave up, as often happens. But at 19, I decided to try again. I started from the bottom, from the lowest categories of the National Amateur League. Training after training, sweat, sacrifices, continuous comparison with stronger players. Do you like that? Well, this hunger led me first to do the athletic preparation with a team of Sicilian excellence and then, with enormous pride, to sign and be a member of such an important squad. I didn't give up once in Miti. I trained day after day next to players with experience in categories much higher than those I did. I cheered when we won. I cried every time I was sent to the stands. I felt butterflies in my stomach for the first calls to the bench. But that year was special. An unexpected year, let's say. Consecutive wins, useful results, the team at the top of the standings, and while everything seemed to be going in the right direction, my hopes of doing minutes were falling more and more, and as fast as it had started, my dream of playing in excellence also started to fade. In football as in life, everything changes quickly, comrades. I felt humiliated. Chance to be able to prove my worth, and there, I gave up. It was the first time in my life that I made such a choice. And anyone who really knows me knows it's not like me. That demotivation, that lack of confidence in myself. I entrust to overwhelm also my channel. First, I stopped publishing with constancy, and then I stopped completely because in my head I had no +1 success story to tell you. This channel is not dead, but it has remained silent. In this year and a half, I haven't posted videos, but I've never stopped trying. I kept training even when no one was looking at me, even when it was easier to give up. There were days when I felt ahead, and others when I felt terribly behind. I made mistakes, I changed my mind, I doubted myself, but one thing never changed. I never stopped training. I never stopped eating well. I never stopped trying. Those videos didn't follow a very precise order like my life for the last year and a half. They were definitely not videos meant for YouTube, but promises made to myself. Every training was an attempt. Every clip symbolized relentless attempts. Because when you really chase something, you don't always make noise. Sometimes you resist in silence. In this period, I often thought about the word stop. Stopping is scary, but sometimes it also seems a little liberating. Not because I wanted to, not because I no longer believed in football, but because when you give everything and nothing comes from the other side, silence weighs heavily, and moving forward becomes the hardest part, not just losing. Moving forward when no one is watching. Unfortunately, on social media, we have become used to seeing only results, contracts signed, goals achieved, successes announced. We don't see the waiting, we don't see the no, we don't see the doubts, we don't see the tears. We have taken people as idols, forgetting that they too are human beings with fears, fragility, with moments of failure. The problem is that maybe we are getting used to a fake normality. As if it were normal to have everything at once, as if it was normal to never make mistakes, as if it was normal to always be ahead. What happens when your life no longer matches that screen perfect image? Do you think the problem is really yours? You think you are late, you think you've wasted time, you think you need to quit. But the truth is that most of us are exactly where we should be. In the middle? In the midst of doubt, in the midst of fatigue, in the midst of the process. This middle ground, though overlooked, is where everything truly gets built. In our society and in our unfortunately Italian mentality, failure is seen as the worst thing, something of which
Shame is.
to be avoided at all costs.
Then think you're crazy. But today I hope for 1,000 failures like this, because only those who try fail. Only those who really fail, then they can succeed. This is not just my story, but the story of thousands of kids who try every day to protect their dreams from the attacks of those who try every day to destroy them. So what? Yeah, guys, I'm coming back to YouTube to try to create maybe a more authentic bond with you and
To share the possibility that it might really be time for me to stop playing football.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and finally we can say welcome to this new video of mine. I'm very happy to finally be here again, making videos, making content together with you, and obviously I missed you so much. I have always spent on this community. I have always made myself available to many of you who have also written to me privately. Unfortunately, in the last period, I had moments in which I was a little down for a year and a half. I let myself be conditioned by what were the results. I didn't get off the field. I got discouraged. I myself had a very negative period from a football point of view, which led me to give up anyway. Who of you follow me on Instagram, where I post daily, almost every day? What do I do? How do I eat? How do I train to become a better footballer? I also hope to inspire someone else. There are many of you who, just like me, need someone who can inspire you and always lead you to avoid procrastinating, avoid getting down. I have always been the driving force of this community. Many of you have recognized me in the comments, you have recognized me in private, in DM, but when it didn't happen, unfortunately you fail. When you fail, as in my case, you learn. I leave football, I stop playing. It's a bit provocative, because how many of us play football, which makes us feel good, because it makes us stay with our companions, because it makes us unplug during perhaps those days that would otherwise be very heavy. For this period where I didn't feel like a successful person, I have to tell you the truth, I decided to stop publishing on YouTube. I wanted to inspire you with success stories. Now I understand something, guys, that is much more important: the journey to the destination. I stopped playing football, crying over myself. What have I done during this year and a half? For those of you who have followed me on Instagram, he knows that actually I never stopped training. I spent the first period training alone, then with other people, obviously the usual things you do, tournaments, matches with friends. I played both 7-a-side football, I played 11-a-side football tournaments. We lost the final, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I trained on penalties. I also trained really very well. I have to tell the truth, I found a team, a third category squad near my house that trained. It was a great experience. I remember with pleasure moments with my new companions. I was tempted to sign, but then the coach had many alternatives for role. And then I actually felt how it goes down to the third category one with a go down, so I didn't want to do it. I also went to the gym a lot. I trained a lot. I have grown a lot in terms of training, let's say, focused on performance in the field. So I have improved a lot on the free body lift part. I have included a lot of plyometric exercises. I have included a lot of free body jumps. I have done balancing work, balancing with weights that we will actually see here on the channel. I kept my diet. I did a sort of flexible diet, never putting anything back, always eating clean, but also allowing myself some output regarding the appearance. Working, let's say that I undertook to work much more as a video maker and also, as we say, photographer. But I did some events, I did both sports, but I also worked in other areas where, for example, the real estate sector, where I found a lot of work and I also got some satisfaction. So this year was a little bit of a year and a half of upgrade, where I created my studio and I made a lot of investments because I bought a lot of useful equipment, both professionally but also on the channel. I want to increase the quality. So I hope you can see and understand the difference. We will definitely make a video where we will explain what all my equipment is, what I bought, and no, guys, I want to bring a little more to 360 Deg in what Jacopo is without filter 360 Deg. That is, I really want to talk to you not only about football, because talking only about football is reductive for me today, because I really want to take you with me throughout my personal growth path, making sure that this channel, maybe watching it in a few years, can be maybe a help to grow and overcome perhaps certain difficulties, certain fears, to be able to see myself perhaps overcome limits, and in the meantime share them with those maybe behind the screen, like you can identify maybe in some problem that I may have, or maybe want to realize something that where I have succeeded, and maybe I can be an inspiration to you. I no longer want to be blocked by the way I have been blocked in the past, that I have not published for a lot of time for fear of the always of the judgment of others, for fear of the maybe they are not enough. Rest assured that we will resume that publication, and remember that I will never stop playing football, because I love this sport like all of you. I hope you like this video, that you are also happy that I am back. Many of you are waiting for me. Thank you very much. Please share this video with your friends. Leave a nice like if you appreciate this kind of content, and of course subscribe for those who didn't. I am not in the skin anymore because I have videos ready for you to see. So truly amazing. Comment below that. I wait for you in the comments and I read you all. No, Raga, you are for me really. It's nice to be back.